What is happening, Tenkan fam? Get ready because the news cycle is spinning faster than ever, and we've got the unmissable updates you need to know right now. From the digital frontier to the silver screen, the world is buzzing, and we're here to break it all down for you. Buckle up, because you're about to dive into the must-know stories of the moment. First up, we're heading into the wild, wild west of gaming with a deep dive into a highly anticipated sequel. Then, we're jumping into the world of martial arts with a look back at a fan-favorite series and what made it so special. After that, we're talking blockbusters and the biggest movie event of the year, and how its creators handled a massive leak. And finally, we're uncovering the secrets behind a beloved RPG straight from the developers themselves. It's a packed show, and you do not want to miss a second. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you never miss an update. A new era of exploration dawns. This is your first look at the next chapter in a critically acclaimed RPG saga. Microsoft's Xbox Wire has given us an exclusive hands-on preview of the opening moments of The Outer Worlds 2, offering a tantalizing glimpse into the expansive new world Obsidian Entertainment is crafting. Set to launch on October 29, 2025, this sequel promises to build upon the foundations of its beloved predecessor, addressing player feedback and pushing the boundaries of what an RPG can be. The developers have been open about learning from the challenges faced during the creation of the first game, particularly the constraints of time and resources that limited the scope and reactivity of the original. For The Outer Worlds 2, the team at Obsidian has focused on expanding the game's areas, deepening RPG mechanics, and significantly enhancing the combat system, aiming for a more fluid and responsive player experience. This commitment to improvement is evident in the detailed interviews with director Brandon Adler and creative director Leonard Boyarsky, who shared insights into the game's development process. They highlighted the importance of accommodating a wider range of player choices and actions, ensuring that emergent gameplay scenarios are not only possible, but also well supported by the game's design. This means more reactive environments, more meaningful consequences for player decisions, and a world that truly feels alive and responsive to your every move. The sequel will also explore new narrative themes, moving beyond the singular focus on late-stage capitalism seen in the first game. Players can expect to delve into a universe with fracturing colonies, warring factions, and diverse political and religious ideologies, offering a richer, more complex narrative tapestry. The return of familiar corporations, like the merger of Auntie's Choice with Spacer's Choice, provides a narrative bridge for returning players while showcasing how these entities evolve in new circumstances, becoming even more cutthroat. The developers have emphasized an iterative process for balancing the game's signature blend of dark humor and serious themes, ensuring that every comedic beat serves a narrative purpose and is grounded in the game's satirical exploration of societal absurdities. Lessons learned from the development of Fallout. New Vegas are also being applied, particularly in creating an open-ended story that allows players to engage with factions and objectives in multiple ways, or even bypass them entirely. This approach ensures that the game can be enjoyed as a focused narrative experience or a sprawling adventure, catering to different player preferences. Obsidian's dedication to player expression is further showcased through enhanced RPG interaction systems, allowing for more immersive role-playing. The inclusion of a third-person camera option, initially not planned but added based on player feedback and industry trends, further enhances accessibility and player choice. With over 90 perks and 30 flaws, the game promises extensive character customization, ensuring that diverse builds are not only viable but encouraged, fostering a deep sense of player agency. The developers are confident that players will find great synergy between the game's many elements, leading to satisfying and fun character builds. Public reaction to the initial hands-on previews has been overwhelmingly positive, with fans excited about the promise of a more expansive and reactive RPG experience that directly addresses the critiques of the first game. Analysts are noting Obsidian's strong track record and their clear commitment to iterating on player feedback. But what exactly went into bringing this vast, new world to life? Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the development of The Outer Worlds 2. The legacy continues, the dojo evolves. Ralph Macchio reflects on Daniel LaRusso's pivotal journey in Cobra Kai Season 2, offering a deeply personal look at the character's evolution as he steps into the role of sensei. Filmed during a chilly December day in Atlanta, Georgia, the set of Cobra Kai Season 2 was a stark contrast to the sunny California backdrop viewers would see on screen. Macchio, embodying Daniel LaRusso, found himself in Mr. Miyagi's meticulously recreated home, teaching new students. This season sees Daniel embracing his mentor's legacy, but with his own unique approach. Unlike the chore-based training of the original Karate Kid films, Daniel's methods in Season 2 involve imparting lessons that resonate with a new generation. Macchio shared that, while Daniel upholds Miyagi's teachings, he interprets them through a different lens to connect with today's youth. The executive producers, including Josh Heald, noted that Daniel's attempt to emulate his mentor, Mr. Miyagi, played by the late Pat Morita, is a significant challenge for the character, mirroring Macchio's own desire to honor Morita's iconic performance. The narrative explores Daniel's motivations, revealing that his drive to build Miyagi-Do karate is not solely about altruism, but also a strategic move against Cobra Kai. However, the core philosophy remains about showcasing a better way. Despite his newfound maturity and wisdom, Daniel struggles to maintain composure when confronted by his old rival, Johnny Lawrence, a dynamic Macchio describes as his character's kryptonite. The show highlights the contrast between Miyagi-Do's more traditional, chore-driven training and Cobra Kai's edgier, more appealing image, which poses recruitment challenges for Daniel. Producer John Harwitz pointed out that while Johnny Lawrence underwent significant character development in Season 1, Daniel, with his comfortable life, faces an underdog narrative in Season 2 as he tries to make Miyagi-Do appealing to teenagers. The emotional weight of stepping onto Mr. Miyagi's recreated set was profound for Macchio, who has been associated with the franchise for 35 years. He spoke of the nostalgia and the indelible impact of Pat Morita, director John Hamilton, and producer Jerry Weintraub, whose legacies continue to inspire the show. The season aims to show that despite their differences, Daniel and Johnny might have more in common than they realize, echoing Mr. Miyagi's philosophy of different, but same. Cobra Kai Season 2 premiered on April 24, 2019, on YouTube Premium. Fans have expressed immense excitement for Season 2, particularly eager to see Daniel's growth as a sensei and the ongoing rivalry with Johnny Lawrence. The emotional resonance of Macchio's return to the Miyagi-Do dojo has also been a major talking point among viewers. But what happens when a massive cinematic event faces a leak? Get ready for our next story. Silence the spoilers, preserve the experience. As Avengers, Endgame loomed just weeks away from its highly anticipated theatrical release, a wave of spoilers began to flood the internet, threatening to undermine the culmination of over a decade of storytelling in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In response, Marvel Studios, through its official Instagram and Twitter accounts, rallied fans with the hashtag #Don'tSpoilTheEndgame, urging them to protect the experience for others. Directors Anthony and Joe Russo, known as the Russo brothers, penned an open letter that encapsulated the immense effort and passion poured into the film over 3 years. Their heartfelt plea emphasized the shared journey fans had undertaken since the beginning of the Infinity Saga, acknowledging the emotional investment viewers had made in these characters and their stories. The letter served as a direct appeal to the community, asking for their cooperation in ensuring a surprising and emotionally powerful conclusion for everyone. The message was clear. Just as they wouldn't want their own experience spoiled, fans should extend the same courtesy to others. The directors invoked the iconic villain Thanos, comically reminding audiences that Thanos still demands your silence. Avengers: Endgame, released on April 26, 2019, marked the definitive end of the Infinity Saga, which commenced with Iron Man in 2008. Marvel's strategy included waiting until after Endgame's release and the subsequent July release of Spider-Man: Far From Home to unveil details about Phase 4 of the MCU. In the immediate aftermath of the leak, the popular Marvel subreddit implemented a temporary lockdown to manage the influx of potential spoilers and devise strategies for moderating discussions. For fans determined to avoid any narrative revelations, numerous guides and tips were circulated on how to navigate the internet spoiler-free. The collective effort by Marvel Studios and its directors underscored the significance of Endgame not just as a film, but as a cultural event, highlighting the shared responsibility fans felt in preserving its impact. Online communities and social media platforms buzzed with discussions about the leak, with many fans expressing frustration but also solidarity in the "Don't Spoil the Endgame" movement. The director's plea was widely praised for its sincerity and its ability to unite the fanbase in a common goal. But what happens when developers talk about their craft? We're diving into the making of a beloved RPG next. Crafting worlds, refining dreams. Obsidian Entertainment, renowned for its work on beloved RPGs like Fallout, New Vegas, embarked on a new original IP with The Outer Worlds in 2019. Following its success, the studio set its sights on The Outer Worlds too, aiming to address player feedback and elevate the RPG experience. Director Brandon Adler and creative director Leonard Boyarsky shared deep insights into the game's development, emphasizing lessons learned from past projects and the studio's vision for this sequel, slated for release on October 29, 2025. A key takeaway from the first game was the need for greater scope and reactivity. Adler explained that while they were proud of the original, limitations in time and team size meant they couldn't fully realize their ambitions for player choice and environmental interaction. For The Outer Worlds 2, the team prioritized expanding game areas, deepening RPG mechanics, and significantly improving combat to ensure a more engaging and fluid experience. Boyarsky elaborated on the challenges of creating highly reactive gameplay, noting that accommodating every possible player action requires extensive planning and resources. The sequel aims to provide more robust contingency design, allowing for a wider array of player-driven scenarios. The narrative structure has also evolved. While the first game focused intensely on the theme of late-stage capitalism, the sequel will explore a more fractured universe with competing factions, political intrigue, and diverse belief systems. This broader scope allows for a richer tapestry of stories and a wider range of humor, moving beyond the singular tone of the original. Familiar elements, like the merger of Spacer's Choice and Auntie's Choice corporations, serve as narrative anchors, showing how established entities adapt to new environments, becoming even more cutthroat. The developers stressed the importance of balancing the game's signature dark humor with serious themes, ensuring that comedic moments serve a narrative purpose and contribute to the game's satirical edge. They highlighted an iterative process where humor is often grounded in underlying dark absurdity. Drawing from the legacy of Fallout, New Vegas, Obsidian is focusing on creating an open-ended story that empowers player agency. Players can choose to align with various factions, pursue different goals, or forge their own path, offering multiple ways to experience the narrative. This approach allows for both focused playthroughs and extensive exploration, catering to diverse playstyles. Adler specifically mentioned the enhancement of RPG interaction systems, enabling players to engage with the game world in more meaningful ways, such as hacking panels or interacting with items that directly affect gameplay, thus fostering greater role-playing immersion. The addition of a third-person camera option, a response to player demand and industry trends, further enhances the game's accessibility. With an extensive perk and flaw system, The Outer Worlds 2 promises deep character customization, ensuring that a wide variety of builds are viable and encouraging players to experiment. The team's focus on synergy between gameplay elements aims to make every build feel rewarding and fun to play. Players and critics alike have expressed enthusiasm for the detailed explanations of the development process, particularly the studio's commitment to addressing previous criticisms and expanding the game's scope. The focus on player agency and narrative depth has generated significant anticipation. That wraps up our deep dives for today. Don't go anywhere, the outro is coming up fast. And that's a wrap on today's news. We saw the exciting hands-on with The Outer Worlds 2, dove deep into Daniel LaRusso's journey in Cobra Kai Season 2, learned how Avengers Endgame tackled spoilers, and got the inside scoop on The Outer Worlds 2's development. If you loved this update, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Let us know in the comments which story you found most interesting, and make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms for even more content. We'll see you in the next one.